So, all things must come to an end, and in many ways, all things go on a sort of a journey. And all journeys have their peaks, their highs, and their rock bottoms, the bottom of the gutter. So many people ask me, no one's asked you anything. What is the peak of gaming? Or what was the peak of gaming? And quite simply, some may think that that answer may be very difficult to give, but it is probably the easiest answer I've ever been able to give. Did it peak when Jeff Keighley said Among Us?
And congratulations to Intersloth later, Among Us, the new map.
Yes, that happened. Did it peak when Nintendo couldn't give us a proper demo to Skyward Sword because the controls were so fucking tedious?
And you can see the sword following my movements one to one.
Well, no. Did it peak when Pokemon made a Pokemon called Guzzlord? That's a contender, but no. The peak of gaming was Fire and Ice. Highly addictive. Restraint recommended. Am I making this video just about this cover art? Maybe. Am I wrong? No. Fuck off. Look! Are you seeing this? You understand the implications behind this. Nintendo, essentially what they do on the Nintendo Switch, their newest console, is they're bringing back old NES and SNES games, and they're bringing them back on the Switch. One of the games which they decided to bring back was Fire and Ice, and my god, is it a fucking terrible choice. If you couldn't catch the sarcasm about this being a peak. Before we proceed, I want to give a shout out to the Save Data team, peeps. If you don't know what Save Data are, they are a great bunch of people over on YouTube and on Twitch, and essentially they make the same video essays that I do, except 10 times better and very well edited, so go check them out. And they were the ones who told me about Fire and Ice, and I am forever grateful for such knowledge that has been bestowed upon me. So what is Fire and Ice, you may wonder? It's, well, this. You play this little dude. You can create ice and delete ice, and you can push ice cubes and climb on them sometimes, and each level has fire that you have to put out with these ice cubes. The game has a very, very literal title, I will give it that. It is very underwhelming, especially considering the fucking intro which I just did. There is actually no fucking proper, well thought out game design when it comes to this. First of all, the colors burn your eyes. You cannot play this game for more than fucking 10 minutes at most, and I'm really stretching it at that. It really does hurt, and it probably hurts to watch. Especially the earlier levels with the fucking hot pink. Whoever thought hot pink was a good fucking color for the entire level? The sound is... I don't really like it, especially when it's a lengthy playthrough, which I did. It does start to get really fucking annoying, and a lot of games do that generally. A lot of games have repeated songs, let's say, or repeated bits of soundtrack, which you just get bored of when you keep dying over and over and over again. I get that. But this game, you're not gonna die over and over and over again because, oh, by the way, speaking of death, this is how you die. There really isn't anything to say about this game. It's not addictive. I will say that was misleading. Yes, the sticker was very misleading. I'm sorry, I'm just imagining parents out there being like, God damn it, Steve, he's playing Fire and Ice again. Restraint, no! Before I leave you, I have a few things that I want to say. First of all, you now know about this. You're fucking welcome. 2, this game has a story. It's pretty much non-existent, so let's move on. 3, all the levels in this game are accessible at the same time, meaning you don't need to have finished level 1 to play level 2, you can just jump to the last level in this entire game and it just doesn't care. And finally, I gotta stop shitting on this game just for a second here, and acknowledge that there was actual proper hard work put into it. Jokes aside, there are actually a lot of intricate puzzles in this, and the ones that I actually bothered to play, a few of them were actual head scratchers. Not all of them though. At first, the first section is extremely easy, but I guess that's the point. You're starting to know the mechanics. It's introducing the few basic ideas of the game to you. And it's not a horrible game, don't get me wrong, but it's not one of the best retro games, and definitely not one of the best puzzle games. If you were to play a puzzle game, and if you wanted to play a really good puzzle game, there are multiple ones out there that are really good, P-Cross being one of them. Heck, Portal if you want to go 3D and all that. There are a lot of good puzzle games out there. This one just isn't one that I'd recommend. It's not a bad game necessarily, but it's not an extremely good one either. Now I do have one message for the Safe Data team bunch. And their Pokemon edibility video, which if you haven't watched it, watch it because it is phenomenal. Have you ever wanted to know what Pokemons are edible and what Pokemons aren't? No? That's because you're normal, but someone made a video about it before Polygon. That needs to be stated. So watch that. If I can put it in the iCard, it'll be up there. If not, it'll be in the description. But Chris, the person who was working on that video, said one thing. He said,
This is also the tier where I discovered that the Pokemon Throw canonically makes its own clothing and sweats. And it collects that sweat in parts of the clothing that turn dark over time to show its age and experience, so that belt used to be just as white as the rest of those clothes. How dare society force me to learn this?
and well, Chris, how dare you make me learn about fire and ice? To be fair, not you specifically made me learn about it, it was Zach. But the audacity. Anyway, this was a waste of time. If you watched this video, thank you. I'm not sure why I made it either. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed some fucking way. If you did, leave a like. Subscribe if you enjoy my content, and don't forget to hit that bell. Twitter, Discord, Instagram, and Twitch are in the description as always, and don't forget to keep an eye out for Twitch whenever I do go live. Anyways, I will see you guys in the next video. As always, stay safe. Peace.